अस्सलामुअलैकुम। रमज़ान ट्रांसमिशन की खसूसी नशरियात दबिस्तान अदब के साथ मैं हूँ आपका होस्ट रिज़ीन हैदर मज़र। मैं आज के इस मुकाबले में अपने मुनसिफ़ीन, इस मुकाबले के शुरका और तमाम नाजरीन को खुश आमदेद कहता हूँ। नाजरीन, पाकिस्तान की टीवी स्क्रीन के अंदर पहली मरतबा किसी भी टीवी चैनल के ऊपर इंग्लिश डेक्लेमेशन का मुकाबला होने जा रहा है। हमारे आज के पहले मुनसिफ़ हैं जनाब मुनीबुल हसन और दूसरे मुनसिफ़ हैं जनाब राना फराज शाहिद। आप दोनों किसी तारुफ़ के मोहताज नहीं, आज आपने दोबारा हमें वक्त दिया। आप दोनों मुनसिफ़ीन का बहुत शुक्रिया। आज के हमारी पहली मुकर्रा हैं मीरब फराज, जिनका ताल्लुक़ कनेट कॉलेज से है और उनकी तकरीर का टॉपिक है वी आर अ क्राउड नॉट अ नेशन। जी मीरब।
What are the characteristics of a crowd? It's anonymous because they are large and temporary, contagious, emotional, loosely constructed, unpredictable. Countless times we see conflicts arising within the crowds, then fightings erupting, then people dying. Rarely any efforts are made to resolve the issues ascending within a crowd. Why? Because in a crowd, different individuals have different goals. In order to achieve those goals, each one of them considers his own way as the best. They do not care about any other individual around them. The only thing that matters to them is their own success. Now, what are the characteristics of a nation? Common language, territory, population, culture, but the formation of a strong nation is based solely upon unity, faith, and discipline, as the Qaid once said. In a nation, minds of individuals go through a similar kind of thinking process. They have one goal, the prosperity of their country, and every individual strives to achieve that goal. Such thinking process and potential for a common goal creates understanding between them, and together their struggle ends up in big achievements. As I once read somewhere, I can do something that you cannot, and you can do something that I cannot, but together we can do great things. Your Honor, 73 years ago, we got independence as a nation that today is loosely identified as a crowd. We're divided into various groups, each striving for its own success. We have lost our identity, our integrity. Patriotism is nowhere in sight. Our economy is failing in the international market. We are facing the third wave of a global pandemic, yet we refuse to stand united. We refuse to be the nation we once were. Abraham Lincoln said, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." Your Honor, today we are not Pakistanis. We are people living in Pakistan, broken into fragments of what could be. When hit with a crisis, we would act as a nation for some time, but would refuse to take any physical action to resolve the issue at hand. Remember when we were hit by a severe earthquake in 2005? We, in a fit of emotion, acted as a nation, but failed to come forward with a significant donation. Why is our response in Pakistan so apathetic and polarized while the whole country is in a state of distress? What can one call this? Social evolution in reverse? In our society, everyone wants change, but no one wants to become that change. No one is willing to stand first. Everyone is waiting for that one person to take the primary step. But we have to realize, we have to understand that this is our homeland, and we have to take the initiative to do something about it. To be a nation once again, we have to actively work together instead of pulling each other down. We have to stop identifying ourselves as Sindhis, Punjabis and Balochis and start identifying ourselves as Pakistanis. Only then will we be able to progress as a nation and not as a crowd. Thank you.
ये थी मीरब फराज, जिनकी तकरीर का दौरानिया था 3 मिनट और 40 सेकंड और इनका ताल्लुक़ कनेट कॉलेज लाहौर से था और इनकी तकरीर का उन्वान था वी आर अ क्राउड नॉट अ नेशन। आज के इस मुकाबले के अगले मुकर्रर हैं जनाब सैयद मैसम, जिनका ताल्लुक़ यूईटी लाहौर से है और उनकी तकरीर का उन्वान है वी आर अ क्राउड नॉट अ नेशन।
faith, discipline. These were the founding principles of Pakistan's nationhood, set by our leader, Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Pakistan was set out to be a great nation, and it was a nation of principles, morals, brotherhood. Time went on and we slowly forgot what it meant to be a nation and spilled water over the hard work of our forefathers. What unity do we believe in? If our fellow humans are dying hungry on the street, what fate do we follow? If we torture people in the name of religion, what discipline is in us? If we can't even organize ourselves to fight the ongoing virus, we can be Shia, Sunni, Wahhabi, but not a Muslim. We can be Punjabi, Sindhi, Balochi, Pakhtun, but not a Pakistani. The reality of today is that we can be anything, but not a nation. We can be anything, but not a nation. Bricks need some binding force to be in the shape of a strong wall, else it's a pile of bricks. People need a strong binding force to be a nation, else they become a crowd. Almost all of us have one religion, one skin color, similar traditions, similar culture, and one land of living, but still there exists anarchy and chaos. It is because we have differences in our thinking, we have different priorities, we prefer individualism, we don't feel for the one falling next to us. We live in a land where the rich live in palaces made of gold, scraping the sky itself, whereas the destitute are forced to spend generations in slums filled with their own excrement. These people pile their riches to blot out the sun, and eventually, when no space remains, they will climb on top of each other to reach the sun. This has set an egocentric, apathetic culture in our society whose lips are sealed in horrendous rape cases, innocent killings and rape cases. Leave out the big matters. We are a nation that can't even display nationhood in the smallest of things. We are a nation that only obeys, that only shows nationhood in times of crisis, like when there's a police officer, we will only follow traffic laws if there is a police officer. Our problem is that we only show glimpses of nationhood whenever there is something on the line, be it a parking challan or our lives. Why are we lying dead, waiting for disasters to happen, to shudder our nationhood, to wake up our morality, to tremble our unity? If we were a nation, Kalabagh Dam would have been complete by now. If we were a nation, we would not treat minorities as if they were worthless. If we were a nation, we would not have harmed our own people in the name of protest. If we were truly a nation, the chains that are holding back this great land would have been shattered long ago, and Pakistan would have emerged as the great nation that it was meant to be, the nation envisioned by Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. The nation envisioned by Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. In these troubled times, we need now more than ever to act as a nation. And if we behave as we are now, by not being united, by not being disciplined, then we will surely be doomed. This is our chance to become a nation again. And we need to begin with our individual selves, to organize our own selves first and put the needs of our fellows before ourselves. Only then will we start to become a nation that is united, a nation that has faith, a nation that is disciplined, a nation that our Qaid envisioned. As a great man once said, a nation's culture resides in the heart and soul of its people. Thank you.
ये थे मशहूद अहमद, जिनका ताल्लुक सैयद मैसम, जिनका ताल्लुक यूईटी लाहौर से था, और इनकी तकरीर का दौरानिया था 4 मिनट और 17 सेकंड, और इनकी तकरीर का उन्वान था वी आर अ क्राउड नॉट अ नेशन। हमारे आज के इस मुकाबले के अगले मुकर्रर हैं मशहूद अहमद, जिनका ताल्लुक यूएमटी लाहौर से है, और उनकी ह्यूमरस स्पीच का टॉपिक है आई एम अ ह्यूमरस स्पीकर।
As a humorous speaker, I won't do any injustice with any gender. Yet I'll say gentle ladies and gentlemen. Last night I had a dream. I had a dream that I saw an old man. An old man was saying that if you laugh at someone's situation, you will end up like them. Ladies and gentlemen, suddenly I woke up and then I wanted to convert that dream into reality. Ladies and gentlemen, I said, Bill Gates, Melinda, Jeff, don't blame me. You asked me to be a humorous speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, last night I had one more dream. I had a dream of marrying a beautiful girl. I wanted to convert that dream into reality too. Ladies and gentlemen, I went to see a beautiful girl. But she rejected me on our first meeting because I didn't have enough money. But ladies and gentlemen, I worked hard and after 5 years, I was standing at a signal and that same girl came out of her husband's Audi and looked at me while I was kick-starting my motorcycle. Ladies and gentlemen, she wasn't able to recognize me as I was wearing a helmet. Then ladies and gentlemen, after driving a two-wheeler for 5 years, I realized the importance of a helmet. It saves your self-esteem. Moreover, it saves your dreams as a humorous speaker. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I used to have very pretty dreams about being a humorous speaker. But then I looked at your topics that you provided and suddenly ended up on having nightmares. Ladies and gentlemen, from nightmares, let me introduce you to several kind of people. There are daring people. Then there are very daring people. Then there are extremely daring people. Then there are people who do snake dance on their show and get exposed on social media for having third wife, if you know what I mean. Then obviously, at the last, but not the least, there are humorous speakers who do humorous speeches in front of no audience. Ladies and gentlemen, from this, you know, I'm a very daring humorous speaker. Let me tell you a story. One day I went to Gloria Jeans and with full confidence, I called the waiter and said, I want a perfect ripped jeans. Ladies and gentlemen, the waiter looked at me and said, sir, are you a humorous speaker? Because we only deal with coffees. Ladies and gentlemen, with a poker face and an embarrassed face, I replied, yes, I'm a humorous speaker. And I left that building. While I was going home, I had this thought in my mind that I want to become the greatest humorous speaker. And suddenly when I was having this dream, I crossed a red signal. And when I crossed a red signal, the policeman stopped me. He said, son, where do you live? I said, sir, with my parents. He said, where do your parents live? I said, sir, with me. He said, where do you all live? I said, together, sir. He said, where is your home? I said, next to my neighbor's home, sir. He said, where is your neighbor's home? I said, sir, if I tell you, you won't believe me. He said, tell me. I said, next to my home. Ladies and gentlemen, he slapped me and said, let's go to jail. I ended up in a jail, ladies and gentlemen. Now I was a hopeless humorous speaker with no hopes of getting rescued. Suddenly my mom and dad came to rescue me. They got me bailed out, ladies and gentlemen. While we were in our home, in my dad's car, we talked that, Mom, do you know how I got into jail? Mom said, no. I just want to know, do you know about Razia Sultana? I said, Mom, as a humorous speaker, no, I don't know. She slapped me and said, sometimes pay attention to your studies also. I also came with a backfire, ladies and gentlemen. As I said her, Mom, do you know what Chinky auntie? She said, no, I don't know. Then I also said, then sometimes pay attention to dad also. Ladies and gentlemen, immediately my father took a U-turn of his car and dropped me back to the police station. Now again, I was a hopeless speaker with no dreams of getting rescued. Suddenly, one of my elite friends came to rescue me. Ladies and gentlemen, he took me to a coffee company, the Second Cup company, ladies and gentlemen. Suddenly, the waiter came to him and asked him, sir, what will you have? He replied, I will have the double espresso, venti half soy, non-fat decaf, organic chocolate brownie, ice vanilla with double shot of gingerbread frappuccino, extra hot with whipped cream, upside down, double blended, one sweet alone and one NutraSweet. Then, ladies and gentlemen, understand? No? How would you understand? You're not a humorous speaker. When the waiter came to me and asked me, what will you have, sir? I, being a follower of ex-cricket captain Sarfaraz Ahmed, said, same to same. Ladies and gentlemen, later that night, I went to home. I had this thought in my mind that as a humorous speaker, this society is very judgmental. First they say, don't judge me. Don't judge people by what they wear. Don't judge people by what they speak. Then one gets judged at the podium speaking the humorous speech. Ladies and gentlemen, at last, but not the least, being a very serious humorous speaker, I want to say you guys that being true Lahoris and after having tasted every unknown thing in Lahore, what's in vaccine should be of our least concern. Get yourself vaccinated. Thank you.
बहुत खूब। ये थे मशहूद अहमद और इनकी तकरीर का दौरानिया था 5 मिनट और 20 सेकंड और इनका ताल्लुक़ UMT लाहौर से था और इनका टॉपिक था आई एम अ ह्यूमरस स्पीकर। आज के इस मुकाबले की अगली स्पीकर हैं शफ़क़ गुलजार, जिनका ताल्लुक़ यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ लाहौर से है और उनकी तकरीर का उन्वान है वी आर अ क्राउड नॉट अ नेशन। जी शफ़क़।
Assalamu alaikum. A nation is defined as a cultural political community that has become conscious of its autonomy, unity, and particular interests. One language, one religion, and similar cultural and traditional values do not necessarily convert people from a crowd to a nation. Rather, it is their ideologies. It is the coherence of minds which brings them together as a single unit. Can we, as Pakistanis, call ourselves a nation? No. We are in fact a gigantic crowd living in the same geographical location called Pakistan, but we are not connected by any means. Despite sharing similar traditions and one land of living, there still exists anarchy and chaos amongst us. This is because we prefer individualism. We have different priorities and we aim for our own selfish interests. We no longer feel for the one who is falling right next to us. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and effects that came in its wake, such as panic buying, non-serious attitude of people regarding SOPs and other guidelines issued by the government, and a general lack of responsibility amongst the masses, has made it clear, beyond doubt, that we are just a bunch of illiterates who no longer care what it means to stand together as a nation. The ideas on which a great nation was supposed to base are in shambles. The ideology of Jinnah is in fact dead. One of the reasons why the age of ideology has ended is because nation states like Pakistan have lost their importance relative to global institutes. Several factors contribute to it, such as economic globalization, internationalization of financial markets, and the transfer of socio-political power to supranational authorities such as the United Nations and European Union, and the advent of new information and cultural technologies, such as the internet. Moreover, the aspects of nation building which were supposed to dominate public and political policies have been thrust to the periphery of human thought. People who are central to the process of nation building have their efforts wasted by leaders who implement policies. These so-called leaders have severed tendons of compassion and empathy, thereby crippling us all. Our country staggers and stumbles without any direction under the vile weight of their egos. They're more like vultures longing to feed on the flesh of our already foundering nation. Today, the education system of Pakistan is also segregating the minds of people into different directions. The mere sight of money is enough to drag us anywhere because we don't act as a nation. Rather, we are like sheep led to slaughter. A fiery speech by a good speaker is enough to make us dance around him, even if he cannot promise us a better tomorrow. Education adds fertility to mind, and most of us are deprived of this basic human right. Presently, we are just a bunch of people with a bunch of ideas, and we will continue to remain as such if we do not start thinking on a broader aspect, considering our nation's interest over our personal gains. We need to have one goal. Everyone should strive to achieve that goal because similar thinking and alike actions for a common goal will create understanding amongst us. And if one individual is down during the process, the other one will back him up. Together, our struggle will result in big achievements. This is how everyone will get a fair share of success and stability will prevail in our society. Then, and only then, can we understand what it means to be a nation. As William Ralph Emerson said, brave men who work while others sleep, who dare while others fly, they build a nation's pillars deep and lift them to the sky. Thank you.
उन्वान था वी आर अ क्राउड नॉट अ नेशन। नाज़रीन, अभी हमारे साथ और मुकर्रिरीन भी मौजूद हैं, लेकिन हम जाएंगे एक छोटे से ब्रेक पर। हमारे साथ रहिएगा।